At 5, today marks 1 year since Georgia made political history electing Democrats Jon Ossoff and Reverend Raphael Warnock to the U.S. Senate. Ossoff is the first Jewish senator from Georgia. Warnock is the first black senator from our state. Our Joe Ripley looks back on the historic election and the road ahead for Georgia's two senators.
Please raise your right hand.
A documentary filmmaker and a pastor made history 1 year ago. Democrats Jon Ossoff and Raphael Warnock won their respective runoffs and shifted the balance of power in the U.S. Senate.
It really did help to put a pin on the idea that Georgia is an electorally competitive state. Emory University political science professor Dr. Andra Gillespie says years of Democratic organization and mobilization gave Warnock and Ossoff the advantage. In the years since they were elected, both have been supportive of President Biden's political agenda, helping to pass the American Rescue Plan and an historic infrastructure bill. They've been present at events around the state. They've tried to be responsive to rural voters. And Senator Warnock's going to need that, particularly as he runs outright for his seat. Despite last year's historic milestone, any momentum gained by Democrats in the 2020 election cycle, including the runoffs, might come at a minimum, political experts say, in the 2022 cycle.
There's obviously still a little bit of COVID fatigue going on. And last year that was the Republicans' problem. Now it's Biden's problem. So all of these things combined have produced a toxic atmosphere for Democratic candidates.
GOP strategist Brian Robinson says rising inflation, the president's lower approval ratings, and a number of social issues could tank Democrats' hopes and chances of holding office, with races this year for Warnock's Senate seat and for Georgia's governor.
So it's made us the center of the attention nationally, which is a cool spot. It means there's going to be a lot of money spent here next year, that a lot of outside groups from the rest of the country are going to take an interest in us.
Not as much interest or significance, Gillespie says, as the day following January 5th.
You know, in many ways, January 5th gets overshadowed by January 6th. And so there would have been a lot more discussion about the significance of the outcome of the Georgia Senate runoffs had the Capitol insurrection not occurred the next day. But these things are actually inextricably linked.
Some weeks ago, I had the chance to speak extensively with both Senators Reverend Raphael Warnock and Jon Ossoff in Washington, D.C. We discussed everything from the American Rescue Plan and the infrastructure law to their busy year on Capitol Hill and their top legislative wins. You can see those interviews in full tonight at 7 during my Inside the Senate special on WATL.